Next mission is to get this on the road. So I need to get an MOT, which is for anyone watching America, because there's a few. You need that to be able to legally drive on the road. Can't drive on the road unless you're driving to the MOT centre and it's booked. So luckily I have got a little bit of driveway outside. Well, it's a kind of private road. It's straight, but at least I'll be able to test it goes and stops. Before I do that, I've got a few little bits and bobs to do just to make sure it's got a good chance of passing the MOT. So this light, for example, is hanging out and doesn't work. And I've just got to check all the lights work. Underneath it looks pretty good. I don't think it'll fail on any bits under there, but we'll see. So hopefully it can scrape through, and then we can kind of create a to-do list to get it mint. So let's crack on. I understand that. This is just not gripping. I think it's well, it's not going in. It was hanging out when I bought it, so it's obviously something wrong with it. I was hoping it just hadn't been fitted back properly, but I think it's this tab here shouldn't be like that. It should be it should have a thread in there. I think it's an M5 thread. That's gone, so they've replaced it with this. It's a bit of a botch. Okay, I have a potential solution involving an M4, I think it is. One of these. So basically, and it could be quite elegant. So this is one of those rivet bolt nut things, rivet nut I think it's called. So that'll go in there. I can press it using this, and then we just have that with a washer on, slide it in, easy as that. Well, we'll see. Right, she's on. I mean, I'm not very happy with that. But if the light works still and it gets an MOT, then we'll deal with it later. There's all sorts of dreadful wiring under here. So obviously we know that one doesn't work. I'm trying the other one and there's all sorts going on. We have these wires coming down here, which I'm going to disconnect. I found the problem. It's me. So look, I've just connected this up and hey presto. The reason it's my fault is, let me show you. So that turns a quarter of a turn and it turns the rear fog light on. Stupid me. Okay, I've got well, in fact, I've got two replacement fog lights, but they're dreadful, horrible looking things. I'm not sure how you delete them because you need one. That's something I'm going to look into, but for now, you only need one. If you have one, it's got to go in the middle, and I'm going to do that because it won't look any worse. I think it'll look better, but it's not nice. I'm sure there's a modern solution that's invisible, but that's for another day. So let's get this in, get it all connected up, and then give it a test drive and see if we can MOT it. So what this has shown is that whatever this is kind of a bit that's screwed on, and it's a mess. To be honest, the more I look around this car, the more I notice how bad the paintwork is. It has actually been resprayed, but very badly, I think. So we'll just have to face it when I get there. Okay, I've measured the middle. Just go for it. Last double check. Okay. Yay. I hope that's in the middle. I measured it twice and cut it once. So I put this in the centre. The earth, I assumed this bit of bodywork would be earthed, but it wasn't. So wired it all in, or put a positive cable in, assume that's earthed, it wasn't earthed, so then earthed this as well. So it's done. Took a bit longer than I wanted, but hey. And also I've put myself in a real awkward position, as you can see. I haven't got much room to manoeuvre. I didn't put this in the right place when I jacked it up. Anyway, next job is to drop it down and see if it goes anywhere. Okay, so let's give this a little gentle drive. Okay, so it goes along. Let's try the brakes. She stops. It's good news. I've got first and second gear, not running very well. It's got a bit of a misfire. So I might have to double check that I've got the firing order all right. Got plenty of fuel pressure. I mean oil pressure. I haven't got any oil temperature yet. Everything else nearly cuts out, so I'm not sure what's going on. But I love it. Try third. Oof. Gears aren't very positive. And now we're stuck. Okay, we're stuck in reverse. Right, I've got some. I need to get in here, I think. Well, that's the place to start. Let's hope that no neighbours want to come home. If I can try and get it into a gear, I'll be a forward gear, because I can't, I'm stuck where I am. I can't reverse anymore. Okay, that's all as it should be. Okay, in summary, what I've done here is I've gone and got some wood and some metal from the garage. I've wedged actually the piece of metal between the seat and the clutch pedal to keep the clutch pedal pressed down, which then allows me to push the car forwards, and then the idea is I'll reverse it down the drive and back in the garage. Okay, so I'm just looking online, trying to work out what's wrong with this gearbox. It seems like quite a common issue. I think it may be the way in which I just crunched it into reverse a bit briskly whilst rolling forward, perhaps. It could be user error, but they are known for this. And I wasn't aware, so I wasn't taking particular care. Anyway, there may be a solution. So I'm going to look underneath now and see if I can see what they're talking about and go from there. I'm just going to double check this shaft here, where it the shaft that connects the gear stick to the gearbox. It meets just at the back here, and it's just literally a slider and a spline. So if that's not set properly, then it won't work properly, obviously. The reason I'm a bit suspicious on this, it looks like it hasn't moved to me. However, when I've gone underneath the car, the shaft, you can see the shaft's pulled out slightly, probably by 15 mil or something. And then I've come to the top and the gear stick is in the middle. So the gear stick looks like it's in neutral, but when you go to the front of the gearbox, it's definitely pulled forwards from where it's been for the last 5 years, because you can see how clean it is. So I'm just going to double check that this hasn't moved and go from there. Okay, I've had a really good mess around with that, and it's pretty confident it's not that. So from what I've read online, you need to take the reverse light out, as in the switch, reverse light switch out of the gearbox. Oil comes out, you then put something in, give it a tap, and that puts everything back to normal, apparently. Just doesn't make any sense to me at all, but you know, what do I know? So I'll give it a whirl. Okay, it's probably worth noting when I'm under here is there's an oil leak as well. However, I think it's coming from that there, which is, I think, some kind of speed cable or something. Not cable, but switch or something, I don't know, but something to do with the speedometer. So that looks like an easy fix, as in the oil leak does. This, however, doesn't make any sense, but we'll give it a go. So now let's just whistle that off and let the oil... Hopefully I can see more. So from what I've read, it is literally, you've got to push that little thing in there. seems madness to me. I can't understand it. How can that possibly be the problemo? I just don't get it. It's bloody worked, man. What the? I just don't understand it, and I don't understand how it's not going to happen again. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. If that worked, it's a miracle. I mean, yeah. So it happens again at the side of the road. I've got to get towed a million miles to put it on the ramp to then do that. Just seems madness. Right, thanks to watching a bit of YouTube, Joe-Engineer, I think was the sort of handle. He shows you how to set this up. So now we've got it kind of into neutral. We need to put the shaft together and set it in the right place. So what we have to do is rotate. That needs to be rotated to the right. If I get that sort of loosely in there, then the gear stick needs to be over to the left, somewhere like that is how he had it. Just finger tight, finger tight. Right, so if I hold that, I'm going to check that's to the right. Okay, and then we're going to tighten it up, hopefully. Feels like it's going into gear, so I think what I'll do is I'll reconnect the reverse light and then tentatively drive it. Fingers crossed. Right, let's see what we've got. Okay, and she stops. Yeah. Good news. Okay, let's give it some gas. It's warmed up now. Okay. So it's running rough, but hey, it's working. That's massive, massive progress. I'm pretty pleased. So I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to ring my MOT guy, see if I can get him MOT'd, because then at least I can get it on the road and test drive it, tweak it, drive it, tweak it, drive it. Obviously there's a million other things to do as well, but that will do for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, leave some comments. If you got any tips maybe on what this misfire thing is. It seemed to happen then about 3,000 revs when I was putting quite a lot of gas on. So so if you've got any ideas, let me know. In the meantime, I will keep plugging away. Thanks very much.